Good evening, everyone. I, CA Ritu Agarwal, on behalf of the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, ICI, welcome all the participants in today's webcast, Harnessing Human Intelligence in an AI World. I welcome to today's resource person, Mr. Govind Mishra sir, and others present over here. As a famous inventor Alexander Graham Bell once said, before anything else, preparation is the key to success. And here we are to prepare ourselves for the AI world. Now I take the opportunity to introduce our today's speaker, Mr. Govind Mishra ji. Govind sir is a seasoned corporate trainer and learning and development specialist with over 15 years of experience in facilitating impactful training sessions for diverse industries. Sir is known for his engaging style, storytelling, and result oriented approach. Govind sir has trained thousands of professionals ranging from entry level to the leadership roles. He specializes in designing customized programs and enhanced productivity, communication, leadership, and team synergy. With this, I request our speaker, sir, to please take the charge.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rituji. Thank you very much. And this is how I could see the human connection, which quite possibly I won't be able to provide. The way we both are smiling and our audience who are virtually present, they are also smiling. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in this virtual world of augmented reality, but with the real people who are going to augment today's session. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here virtually with such a distinguished group of chartered accountants. You all are known not only for your precision and logic, but also for your resilience, your ethics, and impact on the nation's financial health. Today's session, it's not just another webinar. It's a mirror to look at where we stand in a world rapidly changing, and a compass, because we need a compass for going in the right direction. So it's a compass to decide how we want to move forward. Allow me to start with a question that may sound uncomfortable. And because we are in the virtual mode, I won't be having your answers one-to-one, but yes, I can presume by my own answer. And the question is, are we as relevant today as we were like 5 years ago or 10 years ago? And most importantly, will we still be relevant 5 years from now? Because this is a question which lot many people are facing, and they are rather suffering mentally, because I meet a lot of people and they say, sir, I don't know what's going to happen because the AI is taking over. Ladies and gentlemen, I remember the 90s, the LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. A stepping stone for the Indian economy. Lot many things started changing. Those who belong to the 80s and 90s era, they know. The first thing, the concept of imported products, it started flooding in our minds, in our status. We are so happy to get amazing products from outside of India. And then the lot many new style of songs, they started coming to Indian cinemas. And then the way we started talking, it totally changed. The vocabulary changed. The people, the way we started interacting, the gossips we used to have, it totally changed. That was the 10 years, 1 decade of the 90s LPG impact. And the impact, especially if you see on the banking sector. Those who remember those yesteryears of Indian banking, the moment you used to enter the grill, totally locked, only 1 feet of open space from the grill so that you can, one person only can enter. And that too, locked with a chain. One guard standing outside with a gun, double barrel gun. And then the moment you enter inside, you could see the chaos. A lot of windows, a lot of people, and Nobody knew where to start from. But things started changing. The people behind the window and the people in between them came one thing, and that is called the computer. Initial years, people, when they started using the computers, it was so boring process. People used to find out the digits and the numbers on the keyboards, and used to take a lot of time. Change, ladies and gentlemen, it takes time. And today we're not going to talk about change, rather, we are going to talk about transformation. And transformation takes more time than change. Imagine from the 90s to 2025 today. The banking sector has not changed, it has transformed. And how can you say that the computer took away the job of people? Not possible. Rather, the computer and the technology augmented people's strength. It created a synergy. And ladies and gentlemen, today's session, we are going to bridge the gap to find out how to create a bridge so that we can also augment. This is the issue we are going to raise today. Artificial intelligence is no longer futuristic. It is not sitting in Silicon Valley labs or sci-fi movies. If you remember the movie I, Robot, it was an amazing movie. I watched, and the protagonist was, I think, I'm missing the name of the person, but he was an amazing actor. And the way he portrayed the movie, the character, it was amazing. So today, the AI, it is writing emails for our clients. It is preparing drafts of text notices and summarizing 300 pages of case laws in 30 seconds. Gone are those days when we used to invest a lot of time in finding out the content, finding out the particular case law or case study. Then we shifted to the online mode, started searching. It still used to take time. And today, just write the right prompt, give the right command, and the information is in your hand within seconds. We are standing at crossroads. One road leads to anxiety and irrelevance, and the other to a powerful evolution. An evolution where we don't fight machines, we work with them, and we rise above what they can't do. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news is AI and machines can't do everything what you can do. We have the upper edge, and we should be happy with this fact. Today's conversation is about harnessing the human intelligence, not a reaction to the artificial intelligence, but as a redefinition of who we are. Because when when AI can think fast, we must learn to think deep. Humans, and especially if I talk about the Indian subcontinent people, we know the relevance of banyan tree in terms of education. Our education always had focused to gain the education in the structure of the banyan tree rather than going wide. We were taught to go deep, and this is what humans can do. When AI can give answers, we must ask better questions. Someone told in my childhood, questions are answers. Questions are answers. If you know the right question, you will get to the right answer and the right solution. But if your question is confused, you'll be going confused throughout the life. You won't be getting the right path. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one problem the humans are facing. I don't know how many of us know how to draft the right question, how to ask the right question. As it is rightly said, thou shalt asketh, shall be giveth, and thou shalt seeketh, shall be giveth. So those who know how to ask will be given, and those who know how to seek, they will be given. And when AI becomes sharper, we must become more human. One thing which nobody can take from us is the human factor. We connect with each other. not like the Nokia mobile, whose tagline was connecting people and it got disconnected. We are humans. We will connect either one to one, face to face, or the virtual world. I can feel the connection we have right now. Last year, I met a young chartered accountant who told me that he was losing clients. He had all the qualifications, all the expertise, all the experiences. He knew the latest compliances. He even used AI tools. But clients were shifting to someone more understanding. His words stayed with me, and he said, "Sir, I never thought emotional intelligence would become a competitive edge in my career." Let me reiterate statement, ladies and gentlemen. He said, "I never thought emotional intelligence would become a competitive edge in my career." And here I'm not referring to artificial intelligence, I'm referring to emotional intelligence. And that was the time when I realized the future doesn't belong to the smartest or the fastest. Ladies and gentlemen, the future belongs to those who are most human in a machine driven world. Who are more human in a machine driven world. By the end of this session, my hope is not to impress you with technology or with my oratory skills. But, ladies and gentlemen, my motive is to ignite your confidence in something far more valuable, and that is your wisdom, your empathy, and your human spark. So, let's start the journey from the virtual to the physical to the virtual. Let's start from the human to the machine to the human so that we can all augment in today's environment. And I would be happy if today's session could add something to your current repository. So, ladies and gentlemen, I take your permission and will proceed on the session today. Harnessing human intelligence in an AI world. If you all remember when you were kids, parents used to say that, "Yaar, badmashi kar raha hai." But you know what? Only the people who are intelligent can do the badmashi. This is intelligence in different situations, doing different things, reacting, acting, performing. This is what humans are made for, the proactiveness. We know how to win hearts, not only wars. The areas we'll be covering today are the 5 factors in front of you, the changing role in the AI-driven world, and how to identify and strengthen our skills, and some real world scenarios I'll be sharing with you all in terms of the ethics and the emotional intelligence part, and how to integrate the human part and the artificial intelligence part so that we both can synergize. And also, if time allows, we'll be taking care of and capturing some action plan, a small action plan, which is very quite easy to use, so that those who are attending today's session can get the benefit out of it and use it in their real life, so that they can feel that whatever has been shared today, it is a reality. The session motive is to just take you on that path of augmenting our life with the help of AI. And also we can help the AI. 2 pictures in front of you. 2 pictures. Amazing fusion of colors. Amazing fusion of expressions. The color synthesis is amazingly awestruck. Can someone guess which is created by human and which is created by AI? For me, it would be very difficult to tell that which one has been created by human and AI, but yes. If you see the second picture, it is more humane. And the first picture is a bit artificial expressions. And that is why the first picture on the left side, it has been created by an artificial intelligence, the Meta AI. And the second picture, the iconic, famous artist of India, Raja Ravi Verma. He's known for his brush strokes with emotions. He is known for portraying the human feelings on the faces, the human expressions on the body. And that is how, ladies and gentlemen, AI can create such a dynamic picture. But only a human can add the human factor in that AI. Even the picture on the left, I didn't download it from somewhere. I just created a prompt. I wrote a prompt. Each and everything I described what I need in the picture, so that I can at least try to have a comparison with Raja Ravi Verma. But it would be injustice to compare this picture with the iconic picture of Raja Ravi Verma. Ladies and gentlemen, this is simply the best difference between human and artificial intelligence. The great human Alan Turing. And when you talk about how to check the efficacy of artificial intelligence, we do the Turing test. Alan Turing, a person during the World War, earlier he was like an underdog. He took time to create a machine. I think the name of the machine was the Enigma. And that machine decoded all the messages from the enemy side. And that machine's decoding feature helped the Allied forces win the war. He said, sometimes it's the people no one imagines, anything of who do the things that no one can imagine. Simple words, but very deep meaning of this particular quote. Alan Turing is known as the father, although Mr. McCarthy is also in this line. But yes, when you talk about historical data, Alan Turing is the one who started, and Mr. McCarthy wrote a lot of things about AI. So in today's world, in the world of deep fakes, in the world of creating artificially, a lot of things online, it is very difficult to understand who the real person is behind. But if you are the one who is the creative person behind all those creativity, guarantee you would be earning a lot of not only tangible benefits, but intangible benefits as well. Alan Turing was not given the credit during his lifetime, but yes, thanks to the movie, The Imitation Game. Those who love to watch movie, you should watch this movie, The Imitation Game. And it can give you an insight to the starting evolution of the artificial intelligence. So by far the greatest danger of artificial intelligence is that people conclude too early that they understand. And if you see the data of last 5 years, things have changed a lot. There's a documentary movie by the name The Social Dilemma, and there's a beautiful quote, a dialogue. It says, if there's no product, you are the product. And this is indeed the greatest danger. Today, nobody knows who is on the other side of the call. Nobody knows who is on the other side of the chat box. Nobody knows who is on the other side. Nobody knows who is on the other side. Earlier, we used to know that who is picking the call. Earlier, we used to know who is sending the messages. And if a human is sending the message, and if on the other side there's a non-human, it won't be possible for the non-human to understand the message. And you all are aware of the process of communication. When you encode the message and send it, it is a duty of the receiver to decode it. But the machine cannot decode the human factor. I'm not denying that the scientists are not working on this. They are indeed working on this. But right now, it is quite difficult for a machine to interpret the emotions, the human factor. Although we all have seen the movie Robot by the great, Thalaiva. But yes, it was it's not a reality today. Quite possible it might become a reality in future, but right now, it's not a reality. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest problem with this augmented reality is we all conclude too early without undergoing the underlying facts. the underlying meanings, we suddenly come to the conclusion. And that's why people are having different thought processes, not in a positive way, but in a negative perspective. This is the problem we might face. I have drafted our session today in 4 parts. We'll be covering the process, we'll be covering some of the problems, we'll be covering some of the tools, and finally, I'll be trying to provide some solution so that you can use it and get benefit out of it. If you all remember the book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, there's one chapter, it says the paradigm shift. Paradigm shift. The part one we are talking about here is understanding the shift. And when you talk about shift, it is a process where we are transmitting to another, transgressing rather. And it is shifting, and nobody can stop the shift. If you see in the last 15, 20 years, how dependent we all have become on Google, whatever you want to search or think or find even the meaning of a word, we don't go to the dictionary, we just type, and finally we get the answer. Once I was talking to someone, I asked, are you proud of your pedigree? P-E-D-I-G-R-E-E. And that person says, how can I be proud of my dog's food? I said, man, the meaning of pedigree is not dog food. Rather, the real meaning of pedigree is the lineage you belong to, the recorded record of your ancestry you belong to. And this is how things are shifting. I'm not saying that everybody is shifting. There are a lot of people who are still following the fusion of the earlier process and the current process, but there are very few. And then in the last 2-3 years, if you see, after the Google impact, what happened? The GPT format, the AI GPTs. Now, whenever you talk to someone or you ask a question or do anything, fatafat people type, hey, ChatGPT, tell me this. And GPT is a wonderful tool. I'll be covering the GPT part as well. But don't you think that we have shifted our thought process, our creativity to entirely the GPT structure? Don't get confused. We are here to harness, not to undermine AI, but to understand how to harness. We first to need that what's the problem we are facing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are shifting. And shifting is heading towards a way, a path, a structured path, which not everyone is using. Not everyone is taking advantage of it. And that's why I must say, artificial intelligence is today portrayed by a lot many people that it is becoming an enemy. It's going to take away your job. It's killing the human part in the corporates. Not possible. Not at all. I'm not denying, yes, it is, but not 100%. AI is not enemy. And when you talk about professionals, the chartered accountants, CS, everyone, LLB, the lawyers, management professionals, if we think that AI is enemy, definitely we can't take the professional advantage of it. Now, if you want to make it your friend, then keep in mind, don't make it a part of your routine professionalism. Where, for example, for chartered accountants, when we talk about professional skepticism, we cannot ignore this most important part of our code of conduct. We need to follow the professional skepticism every time. We cannot shift the responsibility of skepticism to artificial intelligence. It cannot be that skeptic. Now, what remains and rises is rational, ethical, insightful professionalism. And this is where, ladies and gentlemen, we human have the advantage. We have the edge, upper edge on this part. AI created to serve humans, and we should know how to get the service. AI is our employee. And we are the people who are giving employment to the AI. We are taking the services of AI. We should know the art of delegating. And delegation requires a lot of commands, a lot of prompts, a lot of questions. And these all can be done by humans. How many of you remember this historical image? 1997. A great iconic grandmaster of international chess, Garry Kasparov, who was unbeatable. Garry Kasparov was unbeatable. But suddenly, after a lot of tests and trials, IBM came with a prototype machine. And then IBM, if I'm wrong with the company's name, do correct me. What I read was IBM's supercomputer. And finally, the match happened, and that was the day Garry Kasparov went blue. He was defeated, imagine. He was defeated. And then Garry Kasparov said that it was a conspiracy hatched by IBM to demean, to malign his image. Garry Kasparov, undeniable, the grandmaster. But he was not quite aware. He was not quite ready for the machine competition. The machine was created in such a way that it had all the permutations, all the combination. It used all the mathematical tools to understand chess. And this is how Garry Kasparov in 1997 lost the match. Then came 2005. Two amateurs, two boys, not having too much knowledge of chess. But yes, what they did, we are talking about today in our session. The name of our session is the same. They harnessed the power of machine. They took the advantage of machine. Along with the machine, they synergized and they defeated Hydra supercomputer. Ladies and gentlemen, this one particular slide proves that we have the upper edge. The first, Garry Kasparov, it denotes that when we are not aware, when we are not proactively adapting, we will be defeated. And the right slide of 2005, it says that yes, if you are aware that things are going to change, you need to be ready for that. You need to be prepared for that. You need to be resilient for that. And this is how two amateurs became, they created history. They defeated Hydra. So what is the takeaway till now? The 2-3 slides I shared with you all, the things I spoke with you, the emotions I passed on to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the simple takeaway is AI alone is not unbeatable. Humans alone are not unbeatable, but humans plus AI working intelligently together are unbeatable. And since ages, since time immemorial, you have been shared the story, the bedtime story of like alone you can't stand, but when you are together in a group, you are undefeated. So today we are here to create the synergy with artificial intelligence so that we both are not beatable, we both are not defeated. So learn the art how to create a congruence with the knowledge of artificial intelligence and how to add on the human knowledge to the artificial knowledge. The areas where most of you are aware in the last 5-6 years, everybody is going gaga about artificial intelligence. So you all are aware that the areas chartered accountants are using or taking the help of AI is multidimensional. But I'll be covering only 6 areas over here, which is very important for us. And the generative AI applications, which all chartered accountant professionals are using today, the first and the foremost, it is about calculations. And whatever I'm going to say, it is not demeaning the human part. Rather, it is saying that the human intelligence, how smartly we are delegating a task to the machines. And the first task we professionals have delegated in a diligent way is the historical data analysis. In today's flooding of data, it is really impossible for me at least, to do analysis of each and every sheet, each and every number. I can't do the number crunching of everything because if I'm busy in that, then definitely I'm going to lose something more important. And that's why we have delegated that the historical analysis to machine. And machine, it has been commanded, it has been created in that way that it will give you the perfect answer. Perfect answer, approximately 99.9 perfection. And this is how we are going to take benefit of the answer. And it is going to give us a lot of impetus in our professional journey. Imagine a consultant in financial world. If he or she starts doing physical calculation of the data, it would be difficult for that person. And that's why all the corporates who are into consultancy today, now they are investing huge amount of money to create or to buy or to rent some artificial intelligence softwares or tools so that their efficacy can increase. The next, the text preparation assistance. And not only chartered accountants, I believe even the government of India has invested huge in the structure like the regulatory parts. For example, MEITY, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology of India, they have a scheme called AIRAWAT, AIRAWAT. Those who love to go deep in the AI sector, do read the Government of India's MeitY's AIRAWAT scheme. And you'll be enlightened. You'll be happy to see that government is working day and night for such regulatory provisions to make it more easier. I know, being professionals, we face a lot of turbulence with the government websites. But yes, initially I told, today we are not here for change, we are here for transformation. And transformation takes time. Either you call about the income tax part or the companies act part, you could see most of the websites of government are now in sync with the AI part. Earlier, 10, 15 years ago, simply one button was like, you the CIN number and all the entire form was filled. That is called the pre-filled form. If you see, I think as a layman, I would call it a simple example of artificial intelligence. Otherwise, if we are doing it manually, it would be very cumbersome, very mundane to feed every data in the form. Now, the third, the conversational finance. And I'll share my own experience, my own experience with artificial intelligence with you all. One day, I was very curious. So I logged into ChatGPT and I tried that I want to invest something in the share market. So I was not sure which share to buy. So I did my own research first, and then I created a prompt. I wrote the prompt on ChatGPT, and the best thing, ChatGPT took 30 seconds to give a detailed analysis of that particular script. I cross-referred it, I cross-investigated that ChatGPT's information which it provided along with my research, and then I came to a synergized conclusion. And after that, I invested in that particular script and quite happy to share, I got a very good return. Even today, the return was wonderful from that script. So this is how no, you all can take benefit of it. But yes, the areas I'm covering here, only the people who have knowledge of the profession, the people who have the deep knowledge of the particular topic, the subject, only they can use it. For others who have no knowledge, I'm sorry to say, for you, the AI is not a friend. Rather, it would become an advisor having malified intention. And at the end, you are responsible. And you are pretty aware ignorance of law is not an excuse, it is a crime. Now, one area which a lot of professionals have used since many years is simplified bookkeeping. Organizations, sorry, individuals, a lot of people, they have taken the softwares, they bought the softwares rather, and the entire bookkeeping process has been shifted to the artificial intelligence. Also, the ERPs, which has been created in today's scenario, in congruence with the artificial intelligence, they all have such a robust way so that the bookkeeping is done in the best manner possible without ignoring any particular transaction or without eliminating, deleting, or missing any transaction. And this is how the end result of the bookkeeping, when you generate the reports, it is very effective. And the stakeholders of your organization, the organizations you are connected with, the stakeholders who have a trust on you, they are getting benefit of it. Next comes audit automation. You name the best firms in our field. They invested huge money and huge resources including a pool of humans for this particular area, the audit automation. In today's environment, every second, millions and millions of vouchers are created. And it is really impossible for us now to do the vouching, verification, everything in that older ways. Today, the entire audit scenario has changed. And now the organizations who have invested in the AI softwares, they just need to put the command. They just need to interlink the data, the books of the clients, and within a short span of time, a wonderful audit is done. And now comes, if the audit is done by the AI, now comes the role of the human auditor. Because at the end, we are the one who have to give true and fair observation of the data. So we have to give the true and fair report. So we interrelate it, we cross-check it, we cross-verify it with samplings. And this is how we get the result in our benefit and for the benefit of our client as well, and all the stakeholders who are associated with us. And at the end, ladies and gentlemen, you feed the data, you do the calculations, and if there's no report, then it is of waste. This is what AI is expert of. You put one information, it can generate a lot of reports. And because it knows how to do the interrelationship, it knows how to do the connectivity, and it only works on the algorithm base. And this is how it generates all the reports. But the end, it is we need to check it out, because AI doesn't make mistakes. It is rightly said that to err is human. We are the humans. And when can we make mistake? While writing the prompts or writing the commands, or because at the end it is a clerical mistake, might be we might miss something important, and this is our entire AI answer would be of no use. So these are some areas where nowadays organizations are using the generative artificial intelligence for the betterment of our own practice or our own consultancy and the betterment of our clients' business also. So sorry, benefits, there are a lot of benefits. I won't be taking much time of yours, because as a layman also today, people know what are the benefits of artificial intelligence. The first, I shared the example of the script. I did asked the ChatGPT to the analysis of the script, and it gave informed decision. And I took the decision by cross-checking the data. And then the risk of audit, actually it is minimizing, because the machine, which has been created in such a way with all the parameters, the conditions, the commands, it is not going to miss any point. It's not going to miss. Rather, when the machine is doing it, the human auditor will be getting more benefit, will be getting more strength in the audit. And this is how we can escape unwanted penalties. Because as a human, I'm busy with a lot of things, and I can't do multitasking. And I have several clients. So I used AI software, and it created the entire structure of my clients. It created entire regulatory provisions of my clients. I know it was possible in normal Excels also, but nowadays AI, it is interlinking this data of clients when they need to file the returns, when is the due date, or if some show cause notice has been issued, or if something else is required to be done, then the AI software gives you like it tells you that the time has come, and this is how, in advance, you are quite ready to avoid such unwanted situation and penalties. And this is called the preventive measures. It is helping us to take. And along with that, because we are now becoming more effective, our compliances are more structured, our compliances are on time, our compliances are totally complied. And that's why a client can focus on doing the business, not be afraid of the non-compliances. And being a professional, we can be more informed with the process. And along with this, we can focus on some other areas where we can generate a legacy. We can create employments for others, or we can upgrade ourselves. We won't be wasting much time in the compliance part. And this is how our spending has been optimized. And I believe this is all called proactiveness. Imagine you used AI and you got such an amazing 6 benefits, and at the end, every area of your professional life is managed. Ladies and gentlemen, AI is very important. And thanks to ICAI, rather we are indebted to ICAI, it took the pain, it invested the resources, it made a structure, it created a foundation for all the members and the students. And this is how, not been long, ICAI introduced the CAGPT. And this initiative, it helped the members and all the students to be more equipped with the current scenarios, to be more stronger, to be more proactive. And it has created a lot of opportunities for chartered accountants. Those who have used this service, you all know this is a kind of window you come across. And these are the areas where we usually are busy in our practice, or also those who are in consultancy. Now you can easily use the prompts. You can go to the CAGPT, get login, and structured wise, you'll be getting the data, the information, and the knowledge. So this is the congruence ICAI has created. And ICAI, if I talk about today's topic, the ICAI knows how to harness the benefit of AI by simply the CAGPT. And imagine thousands and thousands of members are taking the help of this particular ChatGPT. So when you start harnessing it, when you start taking help of it, at the end, we together are going to get benefit out of it. A small firm, they started practicing the GST, and they realized that they need to improve their turnaround time, because there are people who were not much aware of the entire client process, and there are some people who were not comfortable with interacting with the clients. So they thought that we need to improve the turnaround time for the entire compliance part, and also communicating with the clients. So they came across a solution. What they did, they simply created a system. They invested their resources, and they integrated the ChatGPT based AI tools for simply drafting emails, their initial tax summaries, and generating FAQs. Because for every client, it would be cumbersome to create FAQ and send it to every client. So this integration of ChatGPT simplified this entire process. And you all are aware that these minuscule tasks, they take a lot of time, and the process is very cumbersome. And not everybody is comfortable with these processes. But simply integrating the technology along with the human resource in your organization benefited you. Now, the people who are working in your organization, they're not dependent on you. Okay, sir, ma'am, what should I do? Is this the mail that is the mail right? because the structure AI, the ChatGPT knows it has a synchronized structure according to the personality of your firm. Those who are not aware, let me tell you, when you are using ChatGPT, it always updates your history. And when you go to the setting, you could see the history. The history is actually the personality ChatGPT has created of you. Just go, in the today, do one thing, type on GPT. Hey, ChatGPT, you are a psychologist. Provide my psychological analysis. If you have used ChatGPT in your day-to-day life, I can guarantee you ChatGPT will give you a lot of psychological analysis as well. But at the end, it will give you a suggestion that the ChatGPT is not a human professional. You need to connect with a human professional for more expert advice. And that is how ICI and our audit process, it says, when you go for third-party confirmation, the source should be very credible. ChatGPT gave you suggestion, but at the end, it told you, go and connect with human factor. But yes, when you are using ChatGPT, keep in mind, start writing right prompts, because the ChatGPT will create a personality of yours. So this organization, they had a wonderful personality and presence on their ChatGPT server. And this is how everything was customized for them. Now the impact. 18 hours per week was saved for the junior staff. And if 18 hours per week is saved, definitely it will be showcased in your balance sheet, because the numbers would increase. You are saving human time. And because if you are saving human time, you can use that human time somewhere else, which would be more productive. And this is how this firm gained impetus in this particular area. They retained human review for tone, personalization, judgment, especially with high net worth clients. This is what I talked about, the personality, what you type on ChatGPT. Every client which is important for you, you have to be a bit personal with them. It doesn't mean that you should ignore the rest of the client, but yes, you should be more personal. And ChatGPT has got that style as well. If you give it a command with the information of your client, it can give you personalized replies. It can give you personalized and customized information, which your client would really love. Just in the prompt, add on, hey ChatGPT, while drafting the reply, add the human factor of emotions, and the vocabulary should be more empathetic. Just by writing these words, your entire answer would change. And imagine the person on the other side who is reading that person would be happy that yes, this firm believes in humans. This firm believes in more connection with the clients. This firm believes in personal relationships. And this is how, ladies and gentlemen, the human intelligence, it finalized the message, but the artificial intelligence, it created the message. And this is what is called harnessing or synchronizing or creating a synergy of both the human and the artificial factor. Allow me to ask you simply two questions. And please, I request you all, because in this virtual mode, it would be it would be very difficult for me to get your answers. But do write the answers for your own self. Take a screenshot of this particular slide, and always, whenever you have time, think about these two questions. Also, talk to the people who are working in your organization. What is the last task you did manually that a well-trained AI might do faster? And what is the last decision you made that required judgment, empathy, or ethics? Today, I'm not here to preach you anything, but yes, whatever I'm going to speak, I can confirm, I can make it sure that I preach what I practice. The entire PPT you are looking at, it is not the creation of AI. I had an option. Seriously, I had an option of giving inputting the content to Gamma AI, it would have taken just 5-6 minutes to generate the PPT. But those who are looking at the PPT, they're pretty sure this is not the creation of AI, because I have invested 2 days for this PPT. All the images which is being showcased on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, every image has been created by AI, but I wrote the prompts for them. And this is how I customized every image. Earlier, I tried once to do manually the PPT creation, but it was very mundane. The content I get was missing my personality factor. And that day I realized that majority of people are using the AI for PPT creation. But imagine yourself, visualize yourself. You are going to pitch a very important business pitch, and the people in front of you, the investors, one of them is a person who is following the old way of thoughts. That person believes that I'm ready to invest in a business, but yes, I would invest in business where the promoters are more connected to people. And if you are using that PPT in front of the people in of that person who is more concerned about human touch, and you presented a PPT with the help of the AI where only the content was delivered, but the human intent was missing. I don't know whether you'll be getting the funds, but yes, if I would have been in that position, I'll definitely not give the funds, because business can be taken care of by people, for people, by people, of people. So the question in front of you, do take time. Ask yourself the last task which you did manually, but an AI could have done. For example, manually, the images, what I'm using for a graphic designer, when they are creating, it is called manual creation. But for me, it took seconds just to give the prompt and get the image. So this is the last thing I did, not manually, but with the help of AI. Earlier, I used to do manually. I used to download the images. I used to search the images on Google, and it used to take a lot of time. So now I'm more faster. What was the last decision you made that required judgment, empathy, or ethics? Now, this is a very personal question. For example, one of our client, unfortunately, we got to know that his mother passed away, and that client was not giving a lot of business to us. Now, what will you do? Will you connect with that client? And while connecting, will you use the chat GPT reply or the chat GPT messages to show your sympathy towards him and the family? Or would you use the human factor of empathy with that client? I believe most of you would choose the human factor. So these questions can give you an insight to you all where we are standing today. And this leads to the most important area of today's world. Because majority of people are just talking and going gaga about AI, 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 AI. Earlier, hello was the most talked about word, but today AI is the most talked about word. Every day we are using minimum 10 times the word artificial intelligence or the AI, directly or indirectly. But ladies and gentlemen, tell you, AI, if you see all the 4 factors, AI is having only one factor, and that is the last one, the artificial intelligence. But the first 3 factors, you all still control it. You all still control it. The human intelligence, the emotional intelligence, and the cognitive intelligence. Those who are expert of HI, EQ, and IQ, ladies and gentlemen, have faith. You are the one who can become a great expert of artificial intelligence. Human intelligence. the way we are talking right now, and that too in a virtual world, if my calculations are wrong, if my judgment is wrong, we cannot connect. Because if my judgment is wrong, I won't be using the vocabulary I'm using right now, or I won't be using the pauses, the human pauses I'm using right now, or I won't be sharing a lot of stories. This is the beauty of human intelligence. We use judgments, we use values, we use creativity in everything we do. Even if you're talking to your kids, or you're talking to your parents, you're talking to your clients, or you're talking to your loved ones, we always use these three things. But yes, we have limitations. We have limitations. All these are unique to every human. Every human. Because what this is what personality is. The word personality has been derived from the Greek word persona, and the word persona says how we present ourselves in front of others. Although the real personality might be different. So we are unique in every situation. Now comes emotional intelligence. And please allow me to update you that I'm not here to teach you how to use AI. Seriously. I'm not here to teach you how to use AI. But yes, I'm here to share how to harness the power of AI. And if you want to harness it, these three basic points are very important. We should be aware of these three foundational areas: HI, EQ, and IQ. And EQ is the one which is always building relations. People with high EQ have amazing people in their life. And those who lack EQ are left alone. But EQ needs cultivation. And you could see in my PPT, when I used cultivation, I missed out the L factor. Cultivation, it is cultivation. And this can be done by humans, not AI. Hence proved this PPT is made by a human. This typing error, cultivation, needs cultivation. And this is what I did right now, emotional intelligence. I saw my own mistake. I cultivated the habit that I made a mistake. I need to take a pause. I need to analyze it. This cannot be done by a machine. And the third one is IQ, the cognitive intelligence. It includes all the calculations, the rationals, the logics. What we do every time we do the calculations. This is not our EQ part, rather the IQ part in different situations when we are dealing with how we do the analytical process, how we do the logical process, how we do the rational process. It decides our way of working, our way of thinking. But we are human. We have a habit of walking slow, because we have been taught in our childhood the tortoise and the hare story. The tortoise was walking slow and it won the race. And it proves that humans, we are slow. And indeed, we are slow in comparison to machines. But it is not like disadvantage for us. For us, we are slow because we do a lot of calculation from different perspectives. So when you mix all these, you become a human. And these are the areas which AI is missing, because AI is missing the EQ part. AI is missing the human part. It has got the IQ part. The IQ has been embedded in the artificial intelligence. And that is why it has got the speed. It has got the power of scaling itself. It has got multitasking. For me, it is impossible to do multitasking. For AI, it is one of the easiest thing it can do is multitasking. But ladies and gentlemen, we both who are behind the screens, we can empathize by following our ethics. But AI, sorry to say, AI is not able to empathize. All the scientists are working on it, but it cannot empathize right now. And seriously, it has no ethics. If you all remember, when Sophia was interviewed, Sophia was giving the citizenship of UAE. And it was interviewed, and some reporter asked, "Hey, Sophia, I would like to kill human." And she said, "I have updated myself." But a human can't give this answer. They will be more logical. Part two, the power of human intelligence. Ladies and gentlemen, a human today is going to share about humans. You could see the picture, the human, you all are wearing the suits and having a wonderful persona. And the AI, it is not disruptive, it is not a negative one, but it is AI. The way the person in the suit is going to use the AI, it will change everything. And that's why in the backdrop, we have the entire globe. Today, the human intelligence, along with the artificial intelligence, is changing everything across the globe. Right from inventions to discoveries to thinking patterns to interpretation to business to everything. Things are changing. Just to take an example, the way you shop, companies like Amazon, Flipkart, they all have used the artificial intelligence. But yes, by understanding the human intelligence, your patterns, everything has been understood. I remember once, if somebody could connect with this, please in the future do update me. I remember I called once, I was thinking of something, and suddenly my screen, my mobile screen popped up with the same advertisement of the product. I was like shocked. Do I have privacy today? Because what I was thinking, AI just gave the reference of it. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's environment, privacy is a myth. You should watch a movie, Snowden. It's the story of Edward Snowden, a person whom citizenship has been given by Russia. Earlier, he was working with the USA. And then after watching the movie, I realized, my goodness, my mobile, my laptop, everything, the camera, the mic, they are never switched off. They're always on the on mode. It has got a battery inside. So humans, we can think in such a way. Just give us a problem. We will start working on it. We'll start thinking about it. We'll start searching the solutions. And that is how, ladies and gentlemen, 7, irreplaceable human intelligence, which no AI can replace. No AI can replace. I'm talking to you right now, and suddenly my pet, small Labrador, just 2 months old, started biting my toes. And I could feel that it felt great. I had the warmth of the love towards the pet. I really liked it when it was like biting my toe. But for an AI, it won't have been any impact because it cannot feel it. And when I cuddled it, I felt really happy. My mind was like soothing. So, and that is how this is called irreplaceable intelligence, which no AI can replace from you. You have ownership of it, and it has been given by God. And this is your competitive edge. You have command on these 7 areas, ladies and gentlemen. We have these factors which can make you more agile, which can make you more like human. Critical thinking. When you talk about critical thinking, we are the one based on our experiences, based on our judgments, based on our past lives, based on the people around, who are surrounding us, based on the environment where we are right now or where we have been. We do a lot of calculations. Human brain, if you see, it is so amazing. Give it one thought, it can give you zillions of thoughts. And that's why people are today suffering from overthinking, the spiral of thoughts. But yes, after the thoughts are jumbled up, we are the one who takes the decision that which one actually truly matters for us. And this is how every time we do the ethical judgment. Once, a friend of mine, he was in CA final. He was going for the exams. And he struggled a lot for the exams. So he was going for the exam, and suddenly he saw someone lying on the road. A person met with an accident. And my friend, he was the only person on the entire road. Nobody was watching him. And there was no compulsion, there was no accountability on him to stop and help. But ladies and gentlemen, a human, they knows, if my friend would have left that day, the thought of that would have hounded him forever in his dreams. He won't be like able to sleep calmly. Ethics, this is what ethics is. He took the decision. For him, the exam was the most important, paramount thing for him that day. But yes, he took a decision based on his ethics. He helped that person. He took him to the hospital. He was late for 40 minutes that day in his exams. And he begged the coordinators, and thankfully the coordinators allowed him based on the situation. And imagine the coordinators who were human. They allowed, my friend. If they would have been AI, they would never have allowed, because AI cannot use the ethical judgment. Because for that, there's nothing right or wrong. It is just the binary digits it provides you in the form of words. And this is how our EQ helps us every time. You can take the help of ChatGPT and write an email. But I don't know whether your client or the people to whom you're sending, they'll be connected with it. But yes, when you add the human factor, you can easily know that they are connected. On a lighter note, a friend of mine, he sent a love letter to a friend of his. The lady, she got the love letter, but the love letter was in the format of WhatsApp message. And unfortunately, on the top of the message, a small highlighted part was written 27 forwards. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem of AI. AI cannot customize it according to you. Now, when you talk about problems, we are the one who have our family to guide us, because our family has experienced that. वो कहते हैं ना, ये बाल सफेद ऐसे ही नहीं किए. We are the one who knows that if somebody had been in that situation, they must be having the answer and solution to that. We connect with them. And every human's answer is totally different. Their experiences are different. And that is how the imagination is different. The second slide of today's session, if you remember, I shared two images. One image created by Meta AI, and the second image created by the great artist Raja Ravi Verma. I'm not saying Meta AI was losing the creative part, but yes, it was not that impactful. It was not that impressive. But Raja Ravi Verma's painting was touching the heart. It was, all the senses were looking at it. And this is how you communicate, you connect with people, you share stories. If you remember the last 3-4 years post-COVID, the business model which is more successful is storytelling, the podcasting. I recall a radio jockey, कहानियों के शहर में मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं, मेरे पास कहानियां हैं, प्यार वाली, तकरार वाली, कुछ भूतों की भी कहानियां हैं. I remember a great radio jockey, Nilesh Mishra. He used to share, stories on radios. Imagine, stories on radios. And I used to wait for his program. And I was not alone. I know a lot of people used to listen to that program. And this is what podcasting has done today. If you are connected to some podcasters who have stories of the past, stories of the history, stories of the gods, stories of the humans, they are very successful. Although AI can create stories, it can create, but it cannot narrate the way we narrate. It cannot share the jokes the way we share the jokes. It cannot pat on the friend's back and just tell something to him. It can be done by only human. We are creating meaning across and around us. And this is what, ladies and gentlemen, is called the wisdom part. Sorry. And when you connect all these in different situations, in different environments, we are adaptive. We are indeed adaptive. Once upon a time, I didn't know how to use computers. Once upon a time, I didn't know how to use Excel sheets. Once upon a time, I didn't know how to use AI itself. But yes, human nature of adaptation is just one experience, one encounter with that experience, and we adapt to it. This is the beauty of humans, which no AI can replace. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not replaceable. You are irreplaceable if you have these 7 areas in your life. Not seven, at least one area in your life. Choose any one. And this is how you can create a monopoly over artificial intelligence. AI is our employee. Let it be an employee, not to rule us. Take advantage of it, use it for our betterment. But you all know, if you are the employer, if you are the boss, you know that you need to give the command, you need to give the order to your employees. And if the employee is not getting the right command or right order, it would be confused and it would be demotivated. So don't confuse the AI. Human intelligence and artificial intelligence, what we can do and what we can't do. We can do a lot of things. We can balance logics. We can balance our emotions. But AI, when we talk about critical thinking, it just interprets in complex situation. It interprets in based on the complexity of the command. But it cannot use the balancing of logic. For example, how I balance between my wife and my mother. AI can't do that. I have to maintain the balance. How I balance between my friends and my wife's friends. How I balance between my father and my wife's father. How I balance in different aspects of my life. This can be done only by me, not the chat GPT I'm using. Judgments, you all know, we prioritize on different factors, but AI cannot. It cannot like give weightage to the values. We can feel. We can feel the human. We can feel the human pain. We can feel the happiness. We can feel the sorrow. We can feel the tranquility. But AI, for AI, just it's a situation which tells if it is the answer is for happiness or if the answer is for sorrowness. That's it. It cannot feel it. AI, one thing it is like having advantage is it can learn more faster than human. Seriously, it can learn more faster than human because it is not going to tell, come on, sir, you are wrong. It's not going to say, sir, if this happens, what will happen? Or we might say, hey, come on, sir, once upon a time I read somewhere this is not the right answer. And this is what human do is called ambiguous situations. We react. But AI says, okay, updated myself. AI updated myself. You type anything on your GPT. First, the history is updated. It means the AI is learning. And when you talk about learning, AI has a problem. It learns instantly, but the instance part, it takes the help of human commands. It can learn instantly, but with the experiences, the ambiguous experiences and situations of human, what you have experienced. When you write that command, when you give that prompt to it, then only it can learn, although it can learn instantly. Now, solutions. AI has been created for particular areas and it cannot give solution to everything. But humans, we are the experts. We are jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than master of one. We are jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than master of one. And that is how we have invented a lot of things. And when we have pressure, we innovate. It is rightly said that need is the mother of all inventions. आवश्यकता ही आविष्कार की जननी है. And this is how humans in the past few centuries we have invented, we have discovered. AI will give you only answers based on the prompts you have. As rightly said, I can propose someone, I can suppose someone, I can talk to someone, I can inspire someone, I can motivate someone, I can share stories, I can crack jokes, but AI can't. And this is how I align every part of my life with my purpose, my vision, which AI cannot. Ladies and gentlemen, be happy. Be happy and don't be afraid that AI is going to take everything from your life. We are left with 40 minutes now. Now we just discussed the areas where we differ. We discussed about some of the problems which we thought we might have been facing because of the imposition of artificial intelligence or the emergence and evolution of artificial intelligence. I tried to share some of the perspectives which people normally are having. I also tried to focus on the areas of chartered accountants where we are facing some presumptions, some assumptions because of artificial intelligence. Now the part is heading towards something which will benefit us. That how to synchronize it, how to harmonize it. And after that synchronization and harmonization, how to harness the power so that the HI, human intelligence, and the AI, artificial intelligence, we both can get synergized, we both can collaborate, and we can get benefit out of it. The human plus AI becomes the superpower. And who better than Mr. Tony Stark would justify this line? You all have seen his amazing Iron Man movies. Oh, wonderful actor. And his suit, Iron Man suit, oof, amazing. The moment he used to don it, he would become someone else, from a normal man to a superman, from a normal human to a superhuman, from a normal power to a superpower. But without the suit, he was just a smart guy. It was his suit, which was actually the artificial intelligence, which made him the Iron Man. Without that, his brain was simply focusing on his needs. But his brain, along with the suit which he created, was so dangerous that the enemies, they always prayed that they should not be known by the Iron Man. Together, ladies and gentlemen, we human and AI, together we can do a lot of things. We can create a lot of gargantuan things to save a lot of people. We can save humanity. We can save the world. Elon Musk, he had a business by the name of Neuralink. And the Neuralink project successfully, the prototype has been has been a great success, where he has implanted a chip in the human brain, and that human subject successfully used the chip's power. And this chip is going to help people who are the patients who are in an immovable condition. So, ladies and gentlemen, the AI, it is our Iron Man suit, and the intelligence is the superpower that helps us to do better things, to help humanity. And the suit, it is not going to replace us. The AI suit is not going to replace chartered accountants. But yes, it can replace those who don't want to evolve. Again, I would like to take the example of Nokia Mobile. It didn't evolve, it became obsolete. Once upon a time, one of the best phones, which was a status symbol, was BlackBerry Mobile. But it didn't evolve, it didn't change. And today, it is obsolete. And lot many Android phones have taken over now BlackBerry, and with amazing features. Just yesterday, I was scrolling through my iPad and I was happy to see in my notes software, the iPad, Apple Notes software, I was writing something and one particular like pen popped up, and that pen was like a magic wand. So I used it. I was so surprised to see the moment I used the magic wand, the words it encircled, based on those words, it created images. And it took maximum 5 seconds. How can I say that the magic wand in my iPad is going to replace my creativity? Not at all. Rather, it is like adding value to my creativity. Now, creating images is much more easier for me. It is saving my time. So I can use that time somewhere else to do something else or to upgrade myself. Now, so I'll be sharing some examples where the CA profession has been using the AI softwares. The first one, AI plus CA judgment in audit investigation. A firm used AI to flag high risk transactions. All these examples which I'm sharing with you all is a reality. They are not imaginary examples. I have people, I have friends who are working in different consultancy firm, who are in practice as well. I connected with them and they shared their experiences, which I'm sharing with you all today. So a firm used AI to flag high-risk transactions by analyzing patterns across millions of journal entries. And I don't have much knowledge of tax, but if I use one example, I would say that government is also using high-risk transactions in the form of giving the AIS, annual information data. And this is how, if somebody is going to hide something, it will be flagged. So this is also a kind of AI software being used by the government. So one of my friend, he used AI software to flag high-risk transactions, and the AI software used to analyze all the transactions in patterns, in blocks, all the journal entries. And in one case, while analyzing the entire data, the software or the AI, it flagged some transactions, which was very suspicious, approx 50 lakh transaction, and that too on the 31st March of the financial year, and which is called the year end. And you all are pretty aware that these transactions are always suspicious. Now, my friend, although he used the AI software, which helped him, it saved humongous time. And because of that, he saw the transaction and then he used his human brain, his human intellect, his human experience, his human expertise, and the knowledge he gained from the profession. He reviewed the transactions and he realized it was one-time payment to a hospital for a partner's emergency surgery, reimbursed legally by the partnership deed. And recently, if you see in the last 2 months, a company which was a very renowned one in cab services, having the blue color, the promoter suddenly it was highlighted by some department, some people, some investigators, that the promoters, they siphoned the money to buy flats in Gurgaon. If it would have been possible for a human interaction, definitely वो शायद पता नहीं चलता. But yes, it was a combination of the transactions, all the reports, everything submitted with the income tax, with the corporate division, the MCA, everywhere. And all these departments and ministries are now interconnected with the AI softwares. And along with that, the chartered accountant and the company secretary, when they give their reports, everything got connected. And then it came to light that it was a scam. And that company's siphoning of money came into light. So this is how you can use the the auditor's judgment along with the AI and get benefit of it. So the AI, it just flagged the anomaly. It was up to you whether to overlook it or to go deep in it. And my friend, he provided his extensive knowledge and he tried to go more deep in the part, and he tried to do no, unnecessary escalation. He tried to avoid it. So this is how you all can use the help of AI in your auditing process. AI plus storytelling in client reporting. And you all know, either it be a project report or any kind of report, they all are a form of storytelling. So someone I know, they use GPT to draft quarterly reports, and that help translate the heavy Excel data into plain English. For a person like me, seriously, I have no shame in saying that I'm not good in Excel sheets. I cannot like interpret the entire data. But yes, I'm using GPT today. I just upload the file on GPT and give my prompts. I know how to do the prompt writing. So I write down the prompts, and within seconds or minutes, the ChatGPT gives me a story about the entire Excel sheet, which is understandable by me. So this is how the person I'm talking about, he used the GPT and he summarized a story, and gave a wonderful report. It said, despite a dip in quarter two due to global shipping delays, you closed quarter four with a 19% increase in export revenue. That's resilience. And imagine the way the data was narrated after it was interpreted. Anybody who would read it would be like feeling a bit happy. Okay. So the outcomes, what we can use it, clients started referring more businesses, and the reports were not just read, they were remembered. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called the human touch. You have the option, just create some liners in your report and say that this is not missing, this is what happened, and pass on to the stakeholders. But when that friend of mine used the GPT to create stories out of the reports, Excel sheet, and it was passed on to the stakeholder, people, they really loved it. And this is how he got more clients, because he was referred from oral advertisements happened for him. And you all know we can't go for the normal advertisements because of the professional code of conduct. But yes, we can use this way through which we can tell people about our expertise. And we are not going to directly tell, because the people whom we serve, they would be telling our stories to someone else. So this is how you can take the benefit of AI in your reporting process. Then the human strategy in your text planning. So most of you might have used the AI tools to analyze and find out the provisions, or the applicability of the taxes, or the interpretation of the returns. And because my client, my friend, he had clients from different countries also. So what he did, he used the AI software and he interlinked the tax provisions of the countries, and the AI software, it analyzed and gave multiple ways, legal ways, to minimize the tax. But problem was, the AI software didn't consider the long-term thought of the client, because the client was planning to go for immigration to another country. And this is how the client might have faced some scrutiny in his or her tax returns. So my friend, what he did, so he chose a moderate risk strategy that ensured peace of mind over 5 years. It was not just only saving the taxes, it was saving my client in different aspects. So AI gave the options, but my friend, who is the human advisor, gave the wisdom. This is what we all can do. Allow me just to. So even right now, I faced the impact of human intelligence, because someone is with me right now and trying to gain my attention. Okay, so this is how, ladies and gentlemen, the different aspects of our profession can be covered and get help because of artificial intelligence. And we all can add on empathy in client communication, which the example I just shared few minutes ago about my someone who used AI, and the staff's time was saved. And this is how the entire mundane task, the everyday task, was scheduled in a very chronological order. and everybody knew in the organization what to do. Everybody had the FAQs and the SOPs, and this is how the checklist they used to cover every day. The time was saved. Staff was happy, and they got some day off as well, some hour off as well. And the organization, they use the time saved for the human interaction, one-to-one with the clients. And the key clients, they were again connected with that firm. So the outcome was that more human than ever, just because by using AI. So AI is not bad. It is adding to our strengths. Learn how to use it properly. So this is a sample of a kind of checklist for you all. Those who are using it, that's wonderful. Those who are not using it, you can try. And those who are not aware of it, just go for it and try to use it. If you get the benefit, go for it. If you're not able to get the benefit, find out someone who are using it, and they can make you understand more easily that how these softwares are going to help you in your professional journey. ChatGPT widely used by most of the people, widely used. But ladies and gentlemen, one advice to you all. If you are using ChatGPT, that's wonderful. But every mail, if you're writing, try to customize it by the prompts. Don't use one mail format for everyone. Even the checklist, you can use to ChatGPT to create checklist. For example, just a hypothetical situation I'm sharing. If you're going to do audit of an e-wallet company, an unlisted e-wallet company, and if we are not aware that which provisions or which areas we should cover, and I'm talking here about audit as a layman, not this particular area, particular audits or the particular stat audit or internal audit, but as a layman, if you are trying to create a checklist so that our staff can understand, the best thing is we can give a prompt on ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, you are a chartered accountant having expertise and proficiency of last 25 years in cases of finance and all the RBI master circulars. Please create a checklist for the audit purpose of an unlisted e-wallet company. I have tried this, and you'll get the answer because it will connect you with the RBI Master Circular on PPIs, prepaid instruments, 2016, 2021, 22, and 24. So these 4 circulars it can connect, and also some other relevant master circulars or some provisions of the RBI. It can help you and create a checklist for you. Definitely, it won't be difficult for us to read, but it would take hours and hours. But when you use the ChatGPT, it took only 5 or 6 minutes. But now you have to customize it according to your own tone and your personality. You have to make it personalized one. You can also use Excel Copilot, Power BI, and Power BI is extensively being used across a profession by people who are into analytics, who are into doing the analysis of data. And it's a wonderful today, widely used by people. And it has got a very impressive dashboard. And what you can do is you can do the storytelling with the data the dashboard is providing you. Dashboard is actually the story. It tells about yourself, that what you have, these are the areas, these are factors of your life. So this is the dashboard. People are using also the Zoho Books AI. People are using GPT-based research assistants. And best example is the CA GPT. We all are using it. We are using DocuSign AI summaries. Along with this, some day-to-day AI software, which people are, even I'm using. For example, first is Grammarly software. Grammarly is a wonderful software. Those who love to write and those who want that the proper grammar should be used, they can upload or embed Grammarly in your system, and whatever you are typing, it will always suggest you the perfect grammar, the right tone, the right word for that particular tone. And this is how You can have a good command on the language also. So these are some examples of our professional tools which we are using nowadays. Now, which routine task in your workflow can be handed over to AI starting tomorrow? Ladies and gentlemen, take time, answer to this. Two questions. From today onwards, think whatever you are doing, because we are not managers. We are not managers. We are the people who are expertise in delegating things. We get things done so that we can chat it to more stakeholders, so that we can be more vigilant in a holistic way. And that is why we can't do everything. We need to forego something. But the problem is, at the end, we are responsible for everything. So we cannot like close our eyes as well. If someone else has to do it apart from you, which task you want should be delegated not to human but to artificial intelligence tomorrow? Make a checklist of this. Start writing the task, whatever you are doing, and think which requires your personal attention, which requires your paid assistant's attention, which requires your article's attention, and which requires no human attention right now. Initial, only AI can do, and later on, the human can vouch for that, or the human can do the required corrections or the customized way. And what will you do with the time it saves? It's up to you. If you ask me, what will I do? I will go and complete one of my hobby, that is painting. So the last time I painted was 2019. So I painted Lord Jagannath's picture, oil paint. Or else I will go for like a swimming. I'll devote more time to swimming, so that mentally and physically I will be more active. Or I can have a wonderful time with you all. When you invite me at your town, we'll meet, we'll have a cup of tea or cup of coffee, we'll be having a wonderful time. I have a lot of things to do if I have time, which can be saved by AI. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is that one task you are going to delegate to AI? And after that, what will you do? Now, when you talk about AI, it is not like minimizing the task. It is not minimizing the task. It is minimizing our focus, our tension, not focus, our tension of the task. Because if the task is not completed on time, we have that stress. And AI is here to help you forego the stress. Because if you invest 2 hours in a task, and if you delegate it to AI and it does it in 2 minutes, it would be really a great investment. You would be saving 118 minutes. 118 minutes. And then you can use that 118 minutes somewhere else. So the task like email, AI does it. I'm not saying you should not use your own creativity, but AI does it. You have a wonderful grammar, you have a good vocabulary. So create a prompt, and every time try to customize as per the client's personality. But why to do every mind-boggling thing to write a small email? Because there might be someone who are pretty aware that once upon a time, replying to the email was the most toughest task. Then flag data anomaly. And in today's environment, seriously, all are pretty aware. It is impossible to go through every data, every voucher, impossible. And quite possible, if we are doing it manually, we cannot find out the anomalies. We cannot find out the errors. AI can do it. Let the AI do. Let the AI take the pain. And our task is to interpret the anomalies. Then the text planning options, AI can do it. AI can do it. But yes, based on the knowledge we have gained out of practice and the studies we have studied, we can recommend the best way. AI can build you dashboard, but you can create the stories. AI can respond to the FAQs, but you can empathize during stressful moment. For example, COVID 2019. It was the month of March 2020. That time, only human factor was being used, and that was empathy. People were empathizing, which AI cannot do. Let AI do what it is made for, and let human enjoy what they are born for. So it is your intern, ladies and gentlemen, an intern who is very fast, who is very obedient, and who is very smart. All the people who are in practice, they know that getting a right intern, getting a smart intern, getting an intelligent intern is indeed like a, what do you say, a boon for us. It's a boon for us because nowadays such interns are really difficult to find out. And if you are the mentor, you are quite wise, you are ethical, and you are creative. And when you synthesize the intern and the mentor today, the man and the machine, it's not a fight that who is going to dominate or who is going to win. Rather, we are augmenting, and augmentation means adding something without any cost or without any expectation. But yes, it can give you benefit out of it. So let's augment. You have been gifted with an intern. And this is how, when you augment everything, ladies and gentlemen, you can create a brand human. A brand human in the era of artificial intelligence. Imagine how humanity would have reached to this phase. Today, we are talking about creating human brand in the AI era. And it is indeed happening today. We have to create a brand. And how to create a brand, you have to understand. Because the softwares we are using, it can automate the reports or the suggestions, the reminders. But the human who is your client, they will choose you. They will choose you because they know who you are, but not just because they know what you know. And today, when you look at machines, they can analyze, they can interpret, they can talk about number crunching, they could do everything. But when people they talk like we are talking right now, the way we add meaning to those numbers and those words, ladies and gentlemen, that can be done only by human, not AI machines. AI machines, along with our employees, they might become a friend because they are always there when we need in terms of work, not in terms of the human part. But yes, we can use it. Now, what has shifted? We started the session with the shift, and we are now on the shift part. We have shifted, we have transformed from the compliance specialist to clarity partner. We have transformed and shifted from the number cruncher to narrative shaper, and we have shifted and transformed from the advisor to the trusted human brand. How is it possible? So this is a solution to you all. You might use this solution in your life, the 5-pillar model. You can use it and you can create your own human brand in the AI era. And I am on the path of this 5-pillar. I'm working and walking on this path. Presence, how you show up online and offline. Because today I had a like option that just sit down and share the session. But before the session started, I set up my entire online table. I have a mic so that it can amplify my voice. I have the lights so that it can focus on what I'm saying, because you all are looking at my non-verbal communication as well. And along with that, I'm trying to have a presence without any disconnection of internet. So before the session started, I shifted my internet connection on UPS so that in case the line is no electricity is not working, my internet is not disrupted. So this is what presence is all about. How you present yourself online and offline. Okay. And are you present on, like nowadays people are preferring LinkedIn. And in LinkedIn, if you are using it properly, you can gain a lot of professional work. A lot of clients are there. They are searching for people having those knowledge or those qualifications, those skills, those expertise. Have a presence over there. Perspective, how you think and explain complex things simply. Those who are backbenchers, they can relate, because I believe education should be made such simple, such an easy way so that anybody can understand. Our education system has made education very difficult. It is very complex, and that's why students are heading towards coaching centers. So let's make it more easy. And if you are the one who knows how to make it easy, people will connect with you. Yes, for this, you can take the help of AI also. Use the softwares which can help you in more analytical thoughts, or more they can analyze the data or interpret the data. And this is how you can create a perspective of yours, and your perspective can be created in front of others. Third, what drives you beyond work? So it's all about you, because I just share an example here. So if you talk about me, my motive is empowering and transforming people through knowledge. I'm using AI, and my purpose is very simple: to empower and transform people through knowledge. And this is how I am trying to create a brand of my own. And this is how I go deep in the topic. So, whatever you have in mind, go for it. Beyond work, there are a lot of things, because these are the areas which can increase your cognitive thinking. It can increase your EQ part. And those who want to know more about EQ, you should read a book, Daniel Goleman's Artificial Intelligence. Daniel Goleman is an authority on emotional quotient. So you go for it. Daniel Goleman, Emotional Quotient. I'm so sorry, I said artificial intelligence. Emotional quotient. So people skills, your ability to connect, influence, and build trust. Because when you connect to people, and if people say, "Oh my God, yeah, aa gaya apne," oh, he can do anything for us, and we can do anything for him. This is what trust is, and it is very difficult to build the trust. So if you want to create a human brand, then work on people, invest in people, and build the trust. Influence people with your positivity, with your knowledge, and proactivity. Someone who anticipates what is going to happen. This is not like a fortune telling, but yes, your analytical skills, your critical thinking. And you can like analyze budgets with this. You can analyze the geopolitics. You can do the pest play analysis: political, economical, social, technological, legal, environmental factor. And this is how, when you do the analysis, you can send those information to people you know, or you can increase your connections, because the mails you are sending them about these changes might help someone. Don't think it's an overburden on someone. Okay. Now, Vikrant, a chartered accountant, working quietly, and he began posting on LinkedIn and Instagram, and his topic and genre was simply finance simplified. He was diligent, he was consistent, and every week, twice, he used to share his information and his knowledge. People started connecting with him. People saw his post and realized it is full of knowledge and solution oriented. And this is how he gained a lot of clients from these AI softwares. And then he used to go for webinars, what we are doing right now. And there might be someone in those webinars who might get help of that. And this is what Vikrant harnessed. 18 months, his business grew 3x, threefold. And then he started, getting calls from different forums. He went for podcast. Now he's not going to pitch. He is not going to search for clients, because the clients, they're coming to him. And this is how he can negotiate. He can go for a higher fees, because he invested in himself. He created a brand, Vikrant. He didn't use smartness. He used the human intelligence, but along with the help of artificial intelligence. And it's quite easy. Everybody can do that. You just need dedication, consistency. That's it. And within months, there are a lot of examples on LinkedIn from CA fraternity that lot many people have become influencers. Influencers, not just the people who are doing rubbish, rather influencers who are influencing the students or the members in a very right way and positive way. Because these are the influencers who are sensible and who are committed to the profession, and they are developing the profession without any force. We should connect with them as well. So, one last bonus tip: LinkedIn presence, weekly try that you should post some thoughts. Just 2 days ago, I went for a function. One of my student, he qualified. I met in 2011, and he just got married. Very renowned person, and he is one of the best examples of I believe in confidence and success. So he got married. I went to his function and I just posted a photo that it was wonderful, Himanshu, meeting you and seeing you rise and shine in your life from 2011 to 2025. Today, in the morning, I saw approx 18,000 people, they connected with that particular post of mine. I could see impressions of 18,000. Approx 900 people, they shared their emotions on the post. And some people, they even commented. Imagine the connection I created because of the LinkedIn single one post. And this is how, when I posted, the AI calculation or the AI algorithm is helping me out. This is called augmentation. And that AI augmentation is helping me to create a brand for me. So share your learnings with people, whether you know them or not. Just post it. There is no harm in posting. You're going to post something good, not something rubbish. Then we have the AI updated WhatsApp, because the business WhatsApp has changed the way business used to be done. Now you have your entire kind of shop. I'm saying, sorry to say shop, but yes, entire office which is being showcased to the society through your WhatsApp. You have your posters, everything on the WhatsApp. So learn the art of using the broadcasting along with the help of artificial intelligence, how to, because it will help you to draft the message in a synchronized way, more customized towards your audience. Third, client experience touch points, a voice note on their birthday rather than just copy paste on the birthday pages. You can have AI reminder software which will help you to create a reminder and an entire note of the birthdays of the people who are important in your life or the clients you are connected to. And also nowadays, AI is also providing you handwritten notes. Okay, it can be done on. I'm not saying that you should follow, but yes, there are a lot of people who follow it. Not only audit completion, but any important part where you believe that the handwritten note should be given. It can create a human value. You are more than just numbers. Message, post, assessment. These are not automable. These make you unforgettable. So the new manifesto of success, ladies and gentlemen, in front of you. Again, you can take a screenshot of this. This is a manifesto where you are promising that you will do these things. We are left with only 5 minutes now. Use this manifesto in your day-to-day life. First says, I will use AI, but not lose my humanity. I will allow AI to help me work faster, but I'll remain the voice of reason, ethics, and care. AI can write email. I'll choose the words that comfort a worried client during a tax raid. I will see beyond numbers. I'm not just a calculator. I'm a clarity coach, a decision partner, and a compass for those I serve. So I can write like, I help clients not just save money. I help them align wealth with values, family dreams, and purpose. I lead with wisdom, not just knowledge. AI has data. I have discernment. I'll be the one to ask, should we, not just can we. A client asks if they could exploit a loophole system. I guide them to path the integrity, gain their lifelong trust. I'll stay visible, personal, and present. I'll build my human brand with presence, empathy, and communication, not just credentials. Because the client, they are going to remember who you are, not your credentials. I learn faster than the world changes. While AI upgrades every quarter, I will upgrade myself every day. Just one page of something you read through the AI tools. So attend programs or webinars, etc., to upgrade myself. What you can do, just take a printout of this, the first 2 columns. and post it in a very visible, prominent place in your office so that your articles, your juniors can also see that. And this is how you can create a value chain in your entire organization. Because every day when your entire team would be looking at these, it will go in their subconscious mind. And this is a subliminal message through which they can grow. Because if you are growing, they also should grow. Sabka saath aur sabka vikas. So, what I said right now is just because you all are the leaders of the profession. And leaders, they have a responsibility to build leaders. And best part is now you are not alone. You have a backup of artificial intelligence. Because if somewhere we are struck or stuck, we can take the help of AI. We can augment it. We can augment our own professional world. And this is how AI can help you become better. Don't be dependent on AI, but yes, use AI because you are the torch bearer. Things are changing across the globe, across the profession. And if we don't change, then we will become obsolete. Ladies and gentlemen, today my motive was not to teach you how to use AI, but yes, my entire motive was to share the story that how we all can augment the AI in our professional and personal life to be more successful, because this is what a torch bearer does. Because the torch bearer who are holding the torch, they know it looks good. You look good in the picture, but the heat of the fire, only you know how you are going to handle it. But yes, when you pass on the torch to someone else, they could feel the pain. They could feel the accountability. They could feel the responsibility you had when you're holding the torch. And this is how, ladies and gentlemen, one leader creates another leader. When you just post this timeless principles in a prominent place in your organization, everybody would be going on the same path. And this is how you don't need to force them that how to use it. Rather, they all are working and heading towards the same way. It was wonderful talking to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, and hope to meet you all soon. And thanks to the entire ICI and our committee, the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, and our chairman, our vice chairman, and all the officials who made this program a great success. Thanks to you all. Now over to our friends over in ICI head office. Thank you very much.
Certain questions are there. We just go through
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir. I'm going through the questions. Role of AI for helping chartered accountants in audit. Definitely, I covered this aspect that the auditing part, when you use the AI softwares, I shared some examples like UI is using, KPMG is using, and many firms are using the AI softwares right from the vouching part to like flagging the anomalies or some areas where we human might miss out. And the time frame what we are going to use in the audit, it can be decreased because of the AI support. Because as a human, when we are going to do everything, it is in today's world, it's quite impossible. AI is going to identify, AI is going to define, AI is going to synchronize all the information and bring out the red flags, bring out the loopholes, bring out the leakages for which you are searching for. So this is a kind of small example which we can use in auditing with the help of AI. AI tech will impact on the compliance best practices, how to overcome from this. Definitely, AI is taking on the compliance, but again, you are the one who can create your own way of handling this. For example, the organizations who are offering the services of compliances, they have people like us in the backdrop. We are the brain behind the organization who are creating the compliance softwares, etc. I shared that when you are talking about the regulatory compliances, etc., we can have our own system so that we can have a reminder of everything. Before that, the day before the dates, when we comply all the provisions, we have an upper edge. Because keep in mind, at the end, the knowledge of you and me, it will prevail. AI will won't be able to upgrade itself when the provisions are changed. If the budget is coming, AI will not upgrade itself. Rather, the humans, who we are the one who upgrade the AI. So we don't need to feel threatened by the AI that it will take over. Not possible, because not everyone is going to use it. Second, AI softwares are a bit costly. Not everyone is going to invest in it. And we have humongous client base. Definitely use it to augment yourself. Can human intelligence will always surpass artificial accounting? Obviously. Obviously. Right from Kautilya Arthashastra. If somebody has read Kautilya Arthashastra, I remember a phrase written that predicting the direction in which the birds would fly is easy, but predicting the government servants which act they are going to perform is quite difficult. It can be known only when that act has been performed. So when you see, because the people who are doing it, they know how to find the lacunas, they know how to cover it up, they know how to unveil it. Human intelligence will always surpass. AI is evolving, human intelligence is augmenting with the help of AI. AI is taking care of itself, but HI, human intelligence, is taking care of everything. Fourth, why there are layoffs in all the industry, even if a human is required to give the prompt to AI. Even when there was no AI, layoffs were happening. Because the knowledge base is shifting, the organizations, they have lot of turbulences, and that is how they have to lay off people. But again, prompt, I'm not saying that prompt is just a small thing, and not everybody is going to use the prompt. You'll be surprised to know. I'm going to share an example. Just type in your search engine that Japan hotel AI robots were laid off. You'll be surprised to know that 243 robots were laid off by a hotel in Japan, and it was a very costly venture of laying them off. So, if you're talking about human layoff, AI robots are also laid off. I came across one more example that AI robot committed suicide just 2 months ago. So upgrade ourselves, upgrade ourselves. Layoff will happen every time. How will it impact on internal audit? All the system of internal audit, they're interlinked. And when the organizations are creating and using the AI softwares, all areas of the organization is being interlinked. And when you talk about the tools of internal audit, they are so precisely made and created that the lacunae, the loopholes, and whatever is required to be reported, it is promptly now being reported. But with the help of the human auditor, because the human auditor is the one who can understand whether that matter is actually of like relevance or not, because the AI, you give it a command and it will flag every anomalies. Next, advanced fraud prevention part of AI tools is a great challenge, similar or more capabilities of manipulative tactics and fraud creators. So, in other words, neutralizing capability with the higher risk. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I'm really afraid for this. I can't give you the answer. We'll be having a lot many other programs on AI where some other experts who have expertise of this particular question will give you, answer. Emotions are unreplaceable if we feel and allow AI to express emotion based on not currently right now since last 20 30 40 years the scientists have been working whether emotions can be added onto AI. Right now I believe it is not possible, although they are working, and even if the emotions part are added, they can imitate. For example, there are a lot of people whose the system of the brain are not receptive towards emotions. So what they do, they imitate the emotions. They imitate the emotions, but yes, they cannot justify that imitation always. The same is is if the AI is going to have emotions, it will imitate, but it cannot justify as a human, which you can do. So I hope the questions are taken care of. Thank you. Yes, Madam Rituji.
Thank you so much, sir. Somehow my camera is not working. So,
No issues.
it
Your
has
voice
been
is
such.
totally audible.
Sorry.
I'm saying your voice is totally audible.
Okay, thank you. Sir, it has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful webcast organized by Professional Skills Enrichment Committee ICI on harnessing human intelligence in AI world. On behalf of this Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, ICI, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our speaker, Govind Mishra sir, for his enlightening session. Uh, a wide round of applause and a thanks to the organizers, ICI, and our today's speaker and other stakeholders made this webcast a memorable one. Finally, we would like to thank you, all of you present here and helping us make this webcast a grand success. Thank you so much, sir, for addressing our
Thank you.
queries and this knowledgeable session.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.